Carol. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you're new here. For today's video, I'm doing another installment in a little series I have here on my channel called I Read Celebrities' Favorite Books. If you want to check the other videos out, I'll link them in the cards and in the description box down below. Today's video though, I am so excited for because I'm reading like a booktuber. And this booktuber is super important to me because I followed her for so long, and she was one of the people that inspired me to make my own channel, and that is Booksandlala. Now that I'm back here on BookTube, I really want to check out her horror recommendations because I love thrillers and I love horror movies, but I haven't really delved into the horror genre here for books. Today I'll be reading 3 books that she has mentioned in a video that are her favorites, and I'm so excited. I can't wait. So the first book we are going to be reading was mentioned in this video. I'll insert a little clip right now.
And this is one of the only horror books that has actually unsettled me. Like, I felt really creeped out by certain things that were happening. So big success there.
And that book is We Used to Live Here. I don't want to know too much about these books because I feel like the fun part about reading horror is kind of going blind. But the main synopsis of the book is, as a young queer couple, Charlie and Eve can't believe the killer deal they've just gotten on an old house in a picturesque neighborhood. As they're working in the house one day, there's a knock on the door. A man stands there with his family, claiming to have lived there years before, and asking if it'll be alright if he showed his kids around. That's scary. So excited to check out this book. I know Lala loves it, and I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna really enjoy it. I just have a feeling. So I'm excited to check it out, so I'll take you along with me. So I just started reading We Used to Live Here. Do you want to say hi? Hi, everyone. Hello. He's the cutest. What I'm really enjoying about this book is the fact that the horror aspect starts literally on page 1. Like, you open the book, you start it, and it goes, they rung the doorbell unannounced on a chilly Friday night. Like, you're immediately thrown into this universe and this specific night, and it's just so interesting to follow. I'm finding that I really do enjoy smaller scope horror because it feels more intimate, and for me specifically, it feels more anxiety-inducing because I feel like I'm inside the house where everything's going on. So we're following Eve, and her partner Charlie has left the house to do something, and while she's alone in the house, the doorbell rings. And when she opens the door, she finds a family outside, and this man named Thomas says that he used to live there when he was little and that he really liked to show his family around the house. She feels bad for the family. She's like, sure. And when they go inside, she's like, it's gonna be quick, it's gonna be fine, but they can't leave the house. Like, something happens and they're stuck there with her, and it's just insane. I am really enjoying it so far. The description is great, and it's really fast-paced and immersive and scary. Like, scary. I can't even imagine what I would be doing if I was in her situation. Like, it's nightmare fuel, honestly, nightmare fuel. I don't know where this is going. I don't know where I want this to go. It's just, I want to follow along this ride. I'm really excited because I'm going to be reading this in my grandfather's house. I'm going to be going there for the weekend, and it's an actual house because I live in an apartment. It's an actual house, and I have a feeling it's going to creep me out so much more because we're reading about like a haunted house, and I'm going to be inside a house. I'm just excited. I'll take you along with me. Okay, I was going to update you guys sooner, but I finished the book. But I'm here, I have lots of thoughts. I was really worried about reading the horror genre because I am a person that can't see things when they read books. So I was kind of worried that I wasn't gonna feel affected by the horror genre when reading, because I love horror movies because I can really transport and see the things and feel the things that the characters are feeling. But I was worried about how it was gonna translate into the words in my experience, and oh my god, I don't know if this was because the book was so good or is because of the whole genre. Like, I'm still exploring. Maybe I'll find out with the other books, but I felt the tension. I felt anxious, I felt worried. I kept making silly faces at the book because I was so worried, and I felt like I was living the nightmare with the character, and that was just such a fun experience. And oh my god, that was incredible. Another thing that probably helped a lot, I came to my grandparents' house to spend a little time with them, and it's a beautiful house, but at nighttime, it does give off a little creepy vibes. It does. And I was reading in the dark and I kept hearing like little noises and creaks. I was like, reading about a haunted house here, something could happen. If something's about to happen, it's gonna be here. So that kept me like even more worried, and it was so fun. And wow, I just had a great time. I really enjoyed the pace of the book, and I'm so glad Lala recommended this because honestly, it was great, and it was exactly what I needed. And now I'm even more excited to read the other books. I was worried about the supernatural aspect as well because I do feel like mainly horror movies, supernatural aspect, it kind of used like as a gimmick, where like if you don't want to really think about an ending, you just kind of throw a supernatural aspect in there and you're like, I can't explain it, it's just supernatural, deal with it. But in this case, yes, it did have a supernatural element, but there was a storyline tied to it. And even though we didn't fully understand everything that was happening, it did come full circle. And I really enjoyed how that was done as well. It was creepy, it was eerie, it was moody. Couldn't recommend it enough. Wow. This was a 5-star. I loved it. And now I feel like the bar is set high. And I hope the other books do get up there because that was a very incredible experience. So let's keep reading. The second book we're going to be reading was also mentioned in the same video, her favorite reads of horror in 2025.
I was gonna say this is an all-time favorite horror, but like, aren't they all? That's the point. This is just pretty high up there though.
That is Bunny by Mona Awad. I've heard her praise this book so much and I've always wanted to read it, but I always wanted to film my reaction to reading it, so now is the perfect time. What I can gather from her videos is that it's kind of like a group of girls and something weird goes on with that group of girls, and I'm excited. I don't want to know any more of that. Like, I want to go blind and I want to see what's gonna happen. I just finished reading Bunny. I didn't film anything because I honestly didn't feel like I was even understanding the story enough to give you an update like during any point of the book, and I don't know how to feel about it. I don't think I fully understood what Mona Awad was trying to do with this book, and that's totally not her fault. I just feel like this wasn't the book for me, which I feel like some books are like that. You either get it or you don't, and that's totally fine. I don't think I got it. I really wish I got it. Lala talked about it with like such care, and I just really wanted to like it. So I wrote down my thoughts because I honestly just didn't even know where to start. So this book follows Samantha. Samantha is an outsider in her small MFA program at New England's Wharton University. She is in a fiction writing class with this group of girls, and she's just repelled by them. She doesn't enjoy them, and they call themselves bunnies, and they're really petty and rich. Everything changes when Samantha gets called to join them in a little reunion inside one of the bunnies' house, right? This book has a fever-like writing quality to it, which I had never read before, and I was trying my best to understand, but it does keep you confused most of the time, and you're kind of second guessing yourself as to if things are really happening and like what's going on. But by the time, no spoilers here, but by the time I realized what the bunny thing was, it lost me. I do think it's a metaphor to bigger things, and I do think it's satirical in a way. Like, the writing feels very aware of itself, but I kept feeling like there was something bigger being talked about in the book, and I couldn't grasp it, and that bothered me, and it took some pleasure away from me and my reading experience because I was just questioning myself over and over, like, what's going on? Should I restart? And I kept rereading the pages, and I was like, no, I think I understand what's going on. I just don't know if I like it or if I really get what's going on. It was really bizarre and weird, but for me, I just really didn't care to figure out what was really happening with these girls. I know not all horrors need to be anxiety-inducing or create feelings of fear or panic, but I was expecting it, and I know that's my fault, but I was expecting it in this book, and it didn't get me to feel any of those emotions. It was definitely a unique book, but sadly, it just didn't blow me away. But I feel like that's part of this journey. I had never read horror before, except for a couple of books that I didn't even know was horror. I thought it was thriller, but I found out it was horror because of this video. And like, I'm thinking of Ending Things, which was a big book for me. back in like, I think 2023 or something. So I am doing this video also to find out what I enjoy reading in horror and what grabs me and what keeps me entertained. And I don't think witches does that for me. I don't think I enjoy reading about witches. It was never something that interested me. Even when I was little, like The Witches by Roald Dahl was like a big no-no for me. So I do think it wasn't the book's fault. It was just not the book for me. But I still had a great time reading it, and I am going to rate it a 3.5 because I do like how it was written. Like the writing was very specific and very entertaining. I just didn't really get the plot that was going on. But yeah, I finished this one, and I'm excited to see what the last book is gonna be like. And of course, I couldn't not read a Paul Tremblay book, as he is one of her favorite authors. And so I decided to choose The Cabin at the End of the World.
And it's a big story about fear that I just really appreciated.
7-year-old Wen and her parents, Eric and Andrew, are vacationing at the remote cabin on a quiet New Hampshire lake. Their closest neighbors are more than 2 miles in either direction along a rutted dirt road. One afternoon, as Wen catches grasshoppers, a stranger unexpectedly appears in the driveway. Leonard and Wen talk and play until Leonard abruptly apologizes and tells Wen, "None of what's going to happen is your fault." 3 more strangers then arrive at the cabin carrying unidentifiable menacing objects. As Wen sprints inside to warn her parents, Leonard calls out, "Your dads won't want to let us in, Wen, but they have to. We need your help to save the world." That sounds incredible. I'm so excited to check it out. Oh my god. I just hit 60% of the book, and I can't believe what just happened. I'm destroyed. Literally destroyed. Like my soul left my body. And I honestly, like, my jaw dropped. Like, I had a physical reaction. What do you mean? I'm scared to keep going. Because that was tough. That was really painful. Keeping me hooked. Like, I read this in 1 day. Honestly, that's how impressive it was. And I'm so confused. I don't know who to trust. I don't know what's real. I don't know what they want me to believe is real. And it's, like, literally creeping me out a bit. Like, it's not giving me like any jump scares feeling, but it's giving me like a tension and like a fear. And I'm really enjoying it so far. I really like how they describe the characters because, again, we don't have a lot of time to get into the characters before the whole thing starts to happen, but I am still involved and I still care for them in a way. I feel like this is gonna be a 5-star. Like, I can kind of predict it, and I'm so happy about it because it's like so up my alley. It's insane. And I heard there's a movie for it as well, so I might watch that later because I like to see the book to screen adaptations. And I just don't know. I'm really excited to keep going. And I'll keep you updated when I finish, I guess. I just finished. That was insanely good. I couldn't help but think what I would have done if I was in their situation. And the scary thing is, I don't think I would know what to do. It's just such a well thought out book, and it keeps you entertained all the way through. I was so intrigued to find out what was gonna happen in the next page, the next page, the next page. I really wanted to see if what the home invaders were saying was true. It evokes emotion and a sense of dread and tension throughout that is just so delicious and fun to read and to experience. And this is a bigger scope of horror. It's like universe ending sort of thing. And I was just saying before how I thought maybe that wouldn't be the thing for me, but I do really enjoy it. Like, in this, how this was written, that's my thing. Like, I really enjoy that. And I'm gonna give it 5 stars. Like, that was insane. And I don't know, I'm just excited to read more from this genre. Hi friends, yesterday I watched the movie adaptation of the book. It has a different title. I can't remember which one it is now, but I'll insert it on the screen here, and I didn't love it. I just don't understand why someone would do a book to screen adaptation and then change the ending. It's like you were expecting people that like the book to watch it, right? So why would you change what we liked about the book? I just don't get it. And it sadly wasn't my favorite. I don't like what they did with the story. They changed a very pivotal point of the story. I was yelling at my screen. I was pissed. I was like, what is this? So I wouldn't recommend this one for you guys, but it's fine. So I finished all the books for this video, and I'm so happy that I got to read Lala's favorite horror recommendations, and there's so many more that I can still read. Like only that video has like, I think like 15 plus more recs, which is insane, and I'm definitely gonna be getting into those. I loved this experience. Her taste is really good. Like I always get recommendations from her. She does amazing experiments, and her bookish video ideas are always so fun and creative. I just really admire her as a person, as a creator, as a fellow bookworm, and I just had a great time with this video. I enjoyed all of the books, even Bunny, that wasn't my favorite. It was still pretty memorable, and I just am so excited to keep exploring the horror genre and to find new recommendations and new authors and new experiences. So if you guys have any recommendations of your favorite horror books, please comment them down below. I'll definitely check them out. And yeah, that was all that I have for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below to be part of this wonderful family. I would love to have you here. Let me know which celebrity I should really like next. You can be a booktuber, a writer, a singer, an actor, whoever you want. I'll definitely get to it. So yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!